Hello, and welcome to this almost 20-minute long yoga practice for the legs, for the back, and of course a little bit for the upper body as well. Really, this is a wonderful practice to start your day. Bring your hands to your shoulders and trace some big circles with your elbows. You can make these luxurious and big. Or if you choose, you can make them smaller. Depending on how your shoulders are feeling today, you might have to adjust a little bit. And then reverse these shoulder circles. Trace big circles in the other direction. Bring your hands to your knees and make a coffee grinder motion with your upper body. So on an exhale, round through your spine. On an inhale, arch your back and come forward. And we're doing this in a circular motion. This way we can get into all the nooks and crannies of your spine, waking up all the vertebrae of your back. And you don't have to make these circles as big as I'm making them. This is how it feels good in my body. You choose what feels good for your body. Reverse the circles and go into the other direction here. Maybe you want to close your eyes for this. And then come up through to center. Come onto hands and knees. Tabletop pose. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. On an exhale, round through your spine. And on an inhale, drop the belly and arch through the back, shining your chest forward. Cat-cow. So we're doing the same thing that we did in a circular motion, but just up and down this time. And then we are going to add the legs. So you can bend into your right knee. And as you're arching your back, you want to lift that knee. And as you exhale and round through your back, you want to bring that knee into your chest. Exhale, round, and inhale, lift. We're going to switch to the other side, so bring the other knee up into the air. Exhale, round, and inhale, lift that knee, drop the belly. Exhale, round. And inhale, lift. And then you can step that left foot forward in between your hands. We're going to come to our Anjaneyasana, low lunge. You want to make sure that your knee is over your ankle. And then you can lift your arms up overhead and stretch into the front of your psoas muscle, which is what connects your upper body to your lower body. So in the front of the hip, you might feel a nice stretch. You can bring your hands in an interlaced fashion onto your left leg and then try to round through your back a little bit. And this will intensify the stretch that you're feeling through the front of the hip. So only do this if you want a little bit more. Plant your hands, tuck the back toes under, and then straighten through the left leg, half splits. You want to make sure that you have a nice long back. So for the first part of this half splits pose, we're really activating through the foot, flexing the foot, nice long spine so you might not fold very much at all. Use your hands as a kickstand. And then untuck those back toes. Sit back onto your heel if that feels okay. Flip your palms upwards and just relax. Let gravity pull you forward. So there's nothing you need to do here except for relaxing. No pulling, no pushing. And then slowly walk your hands back in, come back up through to your Anjaneyasana. Step your back foot forward, and then step the left foot to the back of your mat for your Anjaneyasana on the other side. Again, stacking that knee over your ankle. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Feel the stretch into the front of your other hip, And breathe. And then you can interlace your fingers and bring your palms on top of your right leg. And then on an exhale, round through the back a little bit. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, round. This will intensify the stretch through the front of the hip. Tuck those back toes under. Shift your hips back. Nice long line through your spine. And as you can see, this leg is more tight for me, the right leg. So I cannot sit back as much as I did before on the other side. And this might be similar for you. Each side is different. Untuck the back toes. Sit back onto your heel. And then let gravity do the work for the second part of this half splits. And just breathe into your back. Breathe into the back of your leg. Relax. Walk your hands back up. Come back into your low lunge and then come into a tabletop pose. From here you can kickstand your left foot outwards. Keep that bend in your knee, straighten the right leg and come into supported side plank. You can look up if that feels right for your neck. Maybe twinkle the fingertips a little bit. And you can always adjust that kickstand. So you choose how this feels right for your body. And then lift your right leg off the ground. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, tap it to the ground. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, tap it down. Stoking the fire a little bit. Bend into your knee and grab a hold of the top of your foot. Make sure that your knee is in line with your hip here. A little bit of a bind. I think this is one of the coolest poses that exist. It's very fun, it's tricky, it's challenging. Have fun with it. And then come back through your tabletop pose. Take a few rounds of cat and cow, just to even out the spine a little bit. Give yourself a chance to reset and then flip the right foot out. So you have a kickstand on the right leg. Straighten your left leg. Supported side plank. Take an inhale here and an exhale. And then you can lift your left foot on an inhale and exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift, exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift, and exhale, tap it down. A few more like this. Make sure you have a nice stable base and then bend into that top knee and grab a hold of the top of your foot for your bind on the other side. Breathe here, wibble wobble if you have to. And then you can release this slowly and gently and come back through your tabletop pose. Maybe a few cat and cow again. You can come all the way down onto your belly. Take your Sphinx pose. So you can bend into your elbows, bring your forearms to the ground, make sure your shoulders are over your elbows, and you can widen your feet to the edges of the mat. Sphinx pose. There should be no pain in your lower back in this pose. If there is pain, you can walk your hands out a little bit more, a little further out in front of you. On an exhale, bring your hands on top of each other and stack them like a little pillow for your forehead to rest on. Bring your feet back in towards each other. extend the arms up above you. On an inhale, lift just the right arm and the head. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the left arm and the head. Exhale, lower. On an inhale, lift the right arm and your head just a little bit off the floor. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right arm, lift, and exhale, lower. And then on an inhale, lift both arms and the head. Hold. Breathe. Twinkle your fingertips. Feel your back activating. And exhale, release. Stack your palms and rest your forehead on them. Take a few breaths, and on an inhale, lift your right leg off the ground. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg off the ground. Exhale, lower. Keep going back and forth like this. And then lift both legs at the same time on an inhale. Hold. But don't hold your breath. Breathe. Feel your legs working for you. And exhale, release. Take a few breaths. And then you can extend the arms up above you again, and we're going to take full locust pose and hold it for 5 breaths. So on your next inhale, lift the legs off the ground, the arms off the ground, the head off the ground. Imagine you're lengthening out long from your fingertips to your toes. Feel your back working for you. You don't have to crank up very much. It's more about length. And then exhale, lower everything down. Well done. Beautiful locust pose. We're going to do this one more time. So on your next inhale, you can extend the arms forward. Exhale here. Inhale, lift everything off the ground and either stay here or grab a hold of the top of your feet for a bow pose. And as you can see, I'm not lifting very far off the ground with my upper body or my lower body. You don't have to exaggerate bow pose and try to mimic the pictures you might see. You can just grab a hold and enjoy the bind that way. And then you can push yourself back into a child's pose. So bring your big toes together, knees as wide apart as you want them. Make some space for your belly, for your lungs. Sinking the hips down onto your heels. And I like to rest my forehead on my stacked palms. You can keep your arms above you too, extended above, or whatever feels good for you. Press yourself back up, and an inhale, extend the right arm up towards the sky, and on an exhale, thread the needle. So bring that arm underneath you, underneath the other arm. Let your ear rest on the ground. And if you want, you can take a bind with that left arm. Grab a hold of your inner upper thigh on the right side. Breathe here, a little bit of a gentle twist through your upper back, your mid back. And then use that top arm to lift back up, re-extend the right arm up towards the sky, and then extend the left arm up towards the sky, over towards the right side. If you want, you can have your right arm up above you, or take that bind and grab a hold of your left upper inner thigh. Make sure your ear feels nice and heavy on the ground. Maybe bring a smile to your face. Maybe adjust yourself a little bit so you're more comfortable. And then just find some rest here. Push into the ground with that top arm. Re-extend your left arm up towards the sky. And then we're going to come all the way onto our backs. So you can get there however you like to. Widen your feet out to the corners of the mat and knock those knees in towards each other. Take up some space with your arms. We're just going to take a little bit of rest before we embrace the last few poses here. So see how much you can relax. If you need a challenge, see how fast you can relax every muscle into the ground. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Grab a hold of your knees and take some big circles with those knees. Feel that nice lower back massage. And then reverse the circles in the other direction. And you can widen the knees out towards the side. Grab a hold of the outside edges of your feet. Make sure your elbows are on the inside of your knees. Happy baby pose. I'm drawing my knees down. Widening the legs to the side of my body. And then you can extend, and then you can take up as much space as you want for our last pose here, Shavasana. Maybe you want to grab opposite elbows above your head. That can feel really nice in the morning for a gentle opening through the shoulders. And I like to take a moment in Shavasana to just take stock of what's here. How are my feet feeling? How are my legs? How's my lower belly? My chest, my back? How are my shoulders? How's my neck? How are my arms feeling? And then you can wriggle your fingertips and toes, maybe take a few wrist circles and ankle circles. Roll over to one side and just wait here for a moment, giving your body a chance to adjust. A moment between laying down and sitting up. Then push into that top arm. Sit up all the way. Come into a comfortable seat. On an inhale, lift your arms up and above. Palms touch. Exhale them in front of your heart. Inhale, arms rise. Palms touch. Exhale them in front of your heart. One last time. Inhale, arms up. Palms touch. Exhale them in front of your heart. And then stack your palms on top of your heart. Thank yourself for practicing today, taking some time for yourself, to care for yourself. And I thank you for practicing with me. Have a lovely day. If you liked this video, press the like button, comment what you would like to see next, and subscribe to be notified of future videos. Thank you so much.